Hey guys, it's Laurel. Today is Saturday, July 5th, and this is Flosstube number, I don't know because I didn't look it up today. I haven't been back in a few weeks. I had intended on being back last weekend, but we had to go out of town unexpectedly, so here I am today. Missed y'all. Hope y'all been getting a lot of stuff done. I have piles upon piles of stuff to show you. I am not very organized today. The puppies let me sleep a little bit late, so I'm not in my normal rhythm of morning stuff, which is fine. So I just kind of real quickly gathered up a whole bunch of stuff, and maybe it's everything I touched and maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. But I do have a couple small finishes. I have a FFO. I have a crochet FFO. I have a couple Etsy shop things. I have a teeny tiny little bit of quilting. And of course I have a giant, huge amount of haul like I always do. So went on a trip that I'll talk about in a little bit. A little day trip with a friend that was fantastic. Had a great time. So we'll get into that as I kind of go through stuff. So let's just start with patriotic. What I did yesterday. No. Let's start with something else patriotic. Hold on. That's pretty good. Minute and a half into the video and I already forgot something. But I decided I just wanted to show a couple previous patriotic pieces. I have several patriotic pieces, but I only have two to show you. Because, excuse me, my husband has one of the big ones in his office at work. I have three in my office at work. I have a couple little pillows out in my dough bowl, but I think I put pictures of those on Instagram recently, so I'm not going to show those again. So I've just got two pieces that are, I love them, but they're not out in display. They're like just in here in my sewing room. So I thought I would just show them as a previous finish section that I don't ever do, but I thought it would be kind of neat. This one, yes, I am out of breath because I had to step over piles of stuff to get to them. This one is Old Glory. This is either Little House or Country Cottage. I'm not sure which one. I can't remember. This is in a frame that I got at Goodwill. I'm not a Goodwill shopper, but I do stop in there every once in a while to look at their frames. I had this one forever and ever and ever. It was not the intended finish for this piece. I just was going through some finishing stuff one day and I was like, oh, that frame would work. So I popped it in there and there it's been ever since. So I love this one. I think it's really simplistic and cute and patriotic and all the things that I love. But I also finished this one. I'm pretty sure I finished it there. If not, I worked on it when we went to my daughter's Air Force graduation. So this one holds a special little memory for me. But oh glory, very happy with that one. And then the other one that I have in here, this is a hands-on design piece. This is knee high. Sorry for the glare, but you know, I said before, I have dogs, so we have to have glass. Knee high by the 4th of July. This, there may be some called for colors. I think this chartreusey color in the middle in the words is the called for, and maybe one or two other ones, but most of it was just colors pulled from stash, which I rarely do. But for this one I did. It is stitched on 28 count Monaco that I coffee tea dyed. Sorry, I had to look. But I love this one. It took me forever for some reason to finish it. Maybe it's just all that filling around the words. But when I finished it, I had posted it on my Instagram, and my aunt actually commented that my grandpa used to use this phrase all the time. So that just made it all the more special. But I love that one. I just put it in this barnwood frame. It's just a ready-made frame from Hobby Lobby. And I bought it a long time ago, but I feel confident they still carry this one. It's not really finished real great in the back. But I'm not a framer. I'm a cross stitcher. But it's on an easel frame, so it'll just stand up on a table. But it's just propped up. And here is decoration. But I love it. Okay. So then yesterday, I'm going to show you what I started yesterday for 4th of July, and then I'll get into everything else. This chart is a borrowed chart from a friend who I love dearly. Thank you, friend, for letting me borrow this. She has no interest in loaning this chart out, so don't ask me who it was. It's just something that she knew. I am very, very into patriotic, and she knew that I would appreciate it, and she offered to let me borrow it, and I am so thankful. Lady of the Flag. So I started this yesterday. My sweet husband, he went to Hobby Lobby with me. Maybe Thursday night we went to dinner and we stopped by Hobby Lobby, and I had my list of all my flosses for several different things that I wanted to get, and he was so cute helping me pick out the flosses, and he was like, "What? Why in the world?" I mean, I just had this basket full of floss, and then we went over to the buttons for another project I wanted to do, and he was just silly. He was really silly. We had a good time picking out stuff, but he helped me pick the floss out for this one. Sorry, I had to put that. I can't mess that up because it's not mine. So I've just been working off a working copy, but I pulled that out to show y'all in case for some reason you don't know the chart. I did make a bag for this one. I actually finished the bag yesterday afternoon because I was like, I got to get this thing started. I need my bag. So this is Minnick & Simpson fabric, which I thought was very fitting for this piece. The inside, though, is a Kim Deal. So I am stitching it on a 32 count linen. So I started up here in the corner with the flag. It's gonna be so pretty. And I did kind of come down. I did a little running stitch just to get how big it was going to be because, like I said, it's 32 count and it's 2 over 2, which I like stitching that, but I did not want to. I wanted it to be as centered as possible on this, but I did not want to have it off-centered from the writing. You know what I mean? I needed it to work on the fabric. So we'll see if I did a good job when it gets finished. And I did make me a little floss keeper. I've been experimenting with some of these, so I'm going to try it out and see how it works. I thought that was cute. I did put my patriotic quilt back up because the idea of having those blocks in front of me so it would motivate me didn't really work. I only made 2 blocks, and that's been up there like that forever. All right, so now I want to talk about, I'm going to show you my one fully finished object. So I had been doing the Simply Drawn Thread, Simply Season Pieces. I'd already done Simply Autumn. I finished Simply Spring. It was last year's birthday sale for Stitchy Linda and Oh for Pete's sake. So I finished it. And it's in the same way that I did Autumn. I will say Autumn, it's looking a little crooked. I might need to restretch that, but The back of this one is not finished very well. This one is finished much better. But I do like that. And I can't wait. I will do summer and winter also. I don't think I have either one of them yet, but they're on my list. I'll eventually, they're not like right away immediate starts, but I will get some work done on them. Okay, and I finished one other thing. It's not a fully finished, but it has a whip on the other end of it. So when I get to that point, I'll show that to you. So, and any new start is just mingled into my whips. Because again, I just threw everything together. So my local stitching group, we're doing a SAL together. We are doing Summer Trio by Brenda Gervais with I Need on Thread. So there's a handful of us working on this. It's not my whole stitching group, but a pretty decent number of us. Most of them started with this one. I started with the house. I can't even remember. I've only worked on it one night. Some of them are already done with the first one, onto the second one. I'm a little slower, a little more unorganized. So I'm doing this. I do think I'm going to change my house color to red. And I think all of us, when we get to the bird, are going to change that. I think Lillian's already done a shade of blue. Cindy's going to do another shade of blue, and I'm going to do the bird blue. I do love brown, and originally I had intended on doing the brown. But as I stitch it, and I've seen the ones that are almost finished with this one, just the bright colors are just so pretty. And I picked a darker fabric, so I'm stitching mine on 36 count Cafe au Lait by Fiber on a Whim. I had a little scrap piece. And I wanted the lighter colors to show up. It does okay. And this piece is big enough to do probably 2 of them, but I'll have to look and see if I have another piece for the third one, or just order another piece. It's readily available, so. But I love those aqua blue colors. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay. And then my next start, did I show this one last? I can't remember. I was watching Making It with Michelle, and she had finished this piece, and I had seen her stitching on it at the retreat that we went to, and I had my friend order it for me. She saw it. She loved it. She was like, let's start it. So I've also started Berry Cottage by Plum Street. So fun. So I picked a little bit darker fabric. I'm stitching this on Old Stationery by Seraphim. I might have to change my green in this because it's very, very light. You can see. So the little sheep, the little heart. I came down, started on the roof. But the green is like haunting me a little bit. So we'll see. I do think it's going to have to be changed. It's just because, see, farther back, it just kind of disappears. So tell me what y'all think. I got the called for colors. I could switch it out. I think this green is Weeping Willow. The DMC conversion is 3011. So I might just change it to the DMC because I know that will show up on here. And it showed up okay right here at the top of the flower. But I think with the variegation, it just kind of disappeared a little bit. So I may switch that out. More than likely, I'll switch that out because it's bothering me when I pull it back out and look. You know, sometimes initially when you're looking at it, you're like, I don't know. But then when you pull it back out later, it looks good. It still looks too light to me. So, and then I also, I've got a couple of things in here. I also started Humming of the Bees. Yes, I did start a lot of stuff. Humming of the Bees. I'm stitching this with Roberta and with Jan. It's beautiful, beautiful. I cannot wait to get to this basket and this funky bird. So they're down here. And where did I start? Up here. Because that's just what you do, right? So, but maybe that'll give me incentive to work down to the bottom. So I'm stitching this on the piece of grog that I showed in the last video. This was the Be Stitch Me linen of the month. It's 36 count. And I love it. I think this is going to look so good on here. I've reached a point where I'm not like, I like modeled linen, but when it's for like a sampler that has a lot of words and stuff on it, I'm not a real big fan of modeling. So this I thought would be really good because it's just that alphabet across the top, and I think the house will look really good against this. I think Roberta is starting at the bottom. And Jan, she sent a picture. I think she's already working on some of the lettering, and it looks so good. Oh, Blackbird is so good. So good. All right, and then I have also been putting a little bit of work into Salute to Abigail. Now, y'all all know, last time I showed this, I showed it multiple times upside down. And I just kept talking about it, Thank y'all for not calling me out for being a lunatic, but this is the one I'm stitching. I'm not going to pull it out of the plastic because I didn't do it ahead of time and I'm already making a lot of crinkly noise. I'm stitching this on a piece of Biscuit by Seraphim. I love this color. I love it. Did I tell you that I love it? I love it. This is where I am. I think the colors look so good on this. So good. This is a great sampler color. I do have a piece that I'm contemplating starting, which is pretty big. Shocker. And I think I might want to stitch it on this. I keep looking at it. I'm not sure, but isn't that gorgeous? Now, if you're thinking about stitching this and just never have, you need to just pull it out and start. The thing about this that is so great is it's only 4 colors. So basically every time, like say I was over here and I finished this red and this flower and I still had some floss left, there's always somewhere you can go and start with that color. So you're not having to unthread your needle, you know what I mean? You're just constantly going with it, but it is so relaxing to stitch. The motifs are going super, super fast. I love it. Love it. I'm so glad I finally started this. I have wanted to do this forever and ever and ever, I feel like, and just kept putting it off and kept putting it off, and I finally did. Now, there's some other patriotic stitching, obviously, that people are doing, and oh, it's beautiful. This is a rough time of year for me because I'm going to start everything. And I'm keeping this in my project bag that I made that I've shown before. I'm really enjoying the project bag making more so than I thought I would. But sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at one time. I don't even know what I'm doing. There's just not enough hours in the day. There are not enough hours in the day for everything I want to do. I have all these ideas in my head and I can't get them to come to completion because I have so many things I want to do and I'm like a squirrel. I'm all over the place. I come in here and it's like creativity overload. Like I have so much stuff started and I want to finish my stuff, but I want to start new stuff, and oh, it's a bad problem, isn't it? A little bit of spring is the next piece that I did some work on. This was the sow with stitchinjem. Hey, Jim. Lots of other people finished this. Kim and Krista have finished it. They joined the sow. They were way long been finished. Sarah, it was Sarah Stitchy Spot that's working on it. So I don't know where she is on hers. We'll have to see in the next video, but she's come along nicely. But I got a fair amount of work done on this one. Excuse me. I did some more letters. I finished the inner border and I did the greenery under the house. Put the numbers and the heart in. So it's come along. My goal, maybe I shouldn't say goal, my thought process is that as much as I'm just all over the place trying to switch out and just moving on to the next project, I do think I want to make this, I wouldn't even say a focus piece, but I want to keep it in whatever rotation I'm doing. So even if I'm working on, 4 different things and I move, I'm getting bored with some of them, this one will stay in and I might take 3 out and put 3 other ones in rotation, but this one will stay until it's done, is my thought. Oh, but I just love it. It's so pretty. Now, also on the back of this fabric, I'm looking to see if I have anything else I need to show. Okay, so also on the back of this fabric, I have a piece that I started and finished. Let me start again. I have a friend, Krista, the Wildflower Stitcher. Her mom, and her best friend were coming to North Carolina for a garden event. She was going to be close enough to Sassy Jack's to go. Sassy Jack's is 3 hours from me door to door. I can do that. I'm a big girl now. My husband laughed at me because he said, you flew to Texas all by yourself and now you think you're a big girl. You can drive to the mountains by yourself. But I did. So I got to go meet Krista at Sassy Jack's. We had a fabulous time. Kim, the owner, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic is all I can say. But we picked out several things, and I'll talk about it some more when I get into haul. We picked out several things to work on, and this is one that we picked to stitch just as like a remembrance of being there. Now, on the back, this is a small motif out of one of the bigger samplers. So I came home, I pulled some colors, went right to working on it, and I finished it, It took several days just with the amount of time I have stitching, but it was a fun stitch. I love this kind of flower. It just, I don't know, I just love it. The actual chart is on the back of the card. It has a border around the outside of this. I did not do the border, and I did not use the called for colors. I stitched this on the same piece that I'm stitching a little bit of spring on. And there's my finish. So I'd sent a picture. I'm sorry, I just ate breakfast. It's killing me. I'd sent a picture to Krista, and she asked how I was going to finish it. And I was like, I think I'm going to finish on a box. And at the same time, she was texting or messaging that it would be a pretty needle book. And I was like, a needle book? I had not thought of a needle book. I've never made a needle book, but I never did a cross stitch till I did, right? So, I don't know, maybe a needle book. Could be, we'll see. So, very pleased to have that done, and that's a good memory of my visit with Krista. So what do I want to do next? I have haul left, and okay, before haul, I'm going to show you my crochet finish. Just have that out of the way. I spent a lot of my crafting time working on this Afghan for my husband. It started out being an Afghan for me. He was very uninterested. I mean, he just wasn't like, ooh, ah, until it started like looking like something. And he was like, I really like that. He was like, I want that. So absolutely. Anytime anybody shows an interest in something I'm doing, I'm like, oh, it's yours. It's yours. So I did get it finished. I have been working on this like as part of my rotation process. And again, I'm not trying to make this a crochet channel. And I said I was only going to show you stuff when it was finished. And that's my intention. But I am so proud of this. It is so soft. This is made with Hobby Lobby yarn. I love it. So I do want to make another one, probably in patriotic colors, but this is the one that I made for him. It is 3 different colors. So there's this tweedy cream color, a gray, then I did the tweed again, and then this color is actually a blend of 3 different colors on the same skein. Tweed, gray. So I just did the tweed between each one. Now it's not small. Look at this. There's a lot to this. But it is very, very cozy and comfy. And if you would have told me a year ago that I would have crocheted Afghan, I would have told you were crazy. But here I am doing stuff. Next will probably, as far as crochet, next will probably be either I looked at a hat for Christmas presents, or I'm going to do something with granny squares because I'm very excited about those. So we'll see. We'll see. So now I'm going to get into haul a little bit. So I'm going to show you a couple Etsy shop things, and then I'm going to talk. Then I'm going to go into haul. I'm sorry, I'm not very organized today. I did do a couple little bags for my Etsy shop. They're just little like accessory bags. I'd showed that bag before in the last video it was just narrower, and I felt like it needed to be a little bit deeper. So I just played around with a couple. These just have white lining, nothing fancy. So I will, I'll put those in my Etsy shop later today. I did have some more floss drops come in. So I have three new designs. I have this little bee and flower. I took this this picture in my backyard. I very rarely go outside, but I was just out there sitting, walking Zorro. Had him on a long leash. I was sitting out there. My husband has a little patio area back there. And there was these bees flying around this random flower that had grown up in the flower pot. And I took that picture. I thought it'd make a pretty floss drop. And then I have this one. This is a picture I took when we went to Niagara Falls. So I have those in my Etsy shop. And then this is my favorite. This is one of our city's water towers. I think it's gorgeous, gorgeous. I love it. It just is the cutest thing ever. So I made that into some floss drops. So I have those in the Etsy shop, and I'll link it down below if you're interested. If you're not, it's fine. I don't know. All right, so plans for cross stitch. So I don't have like big plans. I want to keep a little bit of spring in rotation. I do want to get out. My friend Jan gave me marching orders, and she said that I needed to get dwelling place moving. So I do want to get dwelling place back out. And then we're just going to see what happens. I'm trying for the rest of the year not to be so like schedule with my stitching. So we'll just see what happens. I have lots of things I want to start. I've been watching the mid-year whip parades, which are fabulous. I want to tell you, I have several more that I'm waiting to watch when I have some time, but the couple I have watched are really good, and they are making me want to go back and pull out some of my older projects, and I love that. I love it. So very inspiring. So if you see them come up, you should definitely go watch, and it's also a good chance to find some new floss tubers. I do have a lady, I just started watching her mid-year, and so far she's really good, but I'm only like a third of the way in. So I'll talk about her next time if I can remember once I get through her video, because I'm sure she's going to have some stuff that's going to make me need to either buy stuff or get some stuff back out. All right, so I'm not going to apologize for haul. I normally do, and I always have somebody tell me I shouldn't apologize, and they're right, so I'm not going to anymore. I did have a viewer tell me last time that how was it? She said that you are doing a service to the designers by showing your haul, because it helps, give them some free advertising for, however many people happen to watch this. So I have flipped that into, I am now a cross stitch ambassador, is what I told my friends. So this is the cross stitch ambassador section. I got some more charts from my friend Lillian, and I will list her Etsy shop down below also. She always gives us these cute little charms when we order that, I want to see my invoice, that coordinate with what we ordered, because she's just good like that. So I ordered this one, red, white, and blue, doodles. I should leave that out because it should go fast. This right here, this stack right here, this is my immediate radar stack right there. It's huge. Patriotic Alphabet by Scarlet House. I don't know why I didn't already have this one, because I feel like it's been out for a little bit. No, 2025. But I have it now. And we all know I love Scarlet House. Love Scarlet House. And then I got some more charms. It's a little heart that says love, and a little flower. She fixed me up on the charms. I love it. Okay, so this, Adorn Your Heart. This is another one that Michelle had showed in her video. And that made me want to start it. She changed this. She made the angel a crown, which I like. So I may do that. And I'm thinking the color of the roof I might change. I don't know, we'll see. But this is really pretty when it's done. And then I just happened to see this one randomly somewhere. This is by Annie Bees. Mr. something confession. So I'm not into the swans. I have some charts that have swans that are really pretty. I don't think this one needs it. So I think the swans will go away, and I will probably just stitch down to here. Because look at that house and those vines up the side. Oh, that is so pretty. So pretty. This is 106 by 148. So that's not giant, especially if you're not doing, this portion. Oh, I love that. Love it. Okay, and then I got 40 count pearl barley from Lakeside. I hear everybody talk about this, and I was able to get a piece, and I'm so excited. Oh, it makes me so happy. The next installment, third installment of my Haid. There's, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands. I don't know how many stitches are in this. I have about 100 stitches in. It's okay. It's just coming. I got this bag and my next installment from the Silver Needle. What's that? Oh. Cherish. Love those. Look what you get in there. This is a great club. A great club. So I love this bag because I have a bag down there that has all of these that I've gotten from this and my Dying to Stitch Club that I haven't started a single one. But I'm going to move all of them into this bag because it will be easy to find and I won't lose it, and all those will be together because I do want to get some of those started. I went to my local shop and I bought some floss for something. Oh, this is for Georgian floral basket. Is that right? Kim and Renee, Contented Needleworker Kim and Pro Stitcher 515, they both did this. and I went right out and got the floss, but didn't start. I got some perforated paper to do. There is a Patriotic Angel that my friend Pam and I are going to do. I think I showed that a couple of videos ago. I had bought some at Sassy Jack's when I was there, thinking I was going to do it smaller, but then I changed my mind, so I just bought some at my local shop. This is the bigger size. Hold on, I dropped something. This, I don't know where I bought this. I have no idea. It's a Kitten Stitcher chart, but I don't know if I ordered it from her or if I got it at one of the shops. The price tag on it doesn't look the same as the other ones. I don't know who I got it from, but I love it. This is called Jenny Bean and Friends. Try to get a little bit closer, you can see it. Is that not adorable? Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. This is 160 by 210. Oh, I love it. It says, "Tell me, ye knowing and discerning few, where I may find a friend both firm and true." I'm very into anything that talks about friendship, any friendship charts, because I want to tell you, I love my stitching friends so much. I just don't even think that they can know how much they're appreciated. Here's another piece from my Seraphim Club. This is Prairie Grass. I have another piece of this, but I've already committed it to a certain chart. So I'm glad that I got another piece. All right, so let's talk about Sassy Jacks. So I told some of my friends in my stitchy group, and this is probably an accurate description. So I get to Sassy Jacks. I go in. Krista is already there, and she's talking to Kim from Sassy Jacks. And she's just very calmly, you know, having a conversation. And I walk in, and I mean, like, ooh. Now, my local shop, they do not have any cross-stitch models. They're primarily needlepoint and yarn. So they don't have, I mean, they have charts and they have floss, but they don't really have, you know, like walls full of samples. Oh, but Sassy Jacks does. So Krista works at the Silver Needle. So she's around that all the time. Laurel is not. And I was running around that place like if I didn't hurry up and look at it or get it in my hand to buy it, that the stuff would just evaporate into thin air. You'd have thought I was on, like, you see those supermarket sweep videos or whatever where people have to run and get out. I was all over the place. I was just like, it was ridiculous. It was unreal. So I finally settled down a little bit. We got in the linen room, which is, I could have just spent forever and ever and ever in there. I bought a few pieces of linen. So I bought, this is a fat 8 of Ancient Ruin by Fox and Rabbit. Let me fold it up so you can. I mean, is that not a beautiful color? I think I know what I want to stitch on here, but I have to get it out and get the floss color. So there are plans for everything I bought. Well, for the linen that I bought. And then I bought this piece of, this is also a Fox and Rabbit. This is River Gum. Now, my plan for this is to do Summer Jubilee from Blackbird. I, like probably tons of y'all, have wanted to do this forever. Celeste just started this. And somebody else. I think Krista is going to start it with her. It is, oh, I want to start it so bad. So I might, who knows? You might see a start next time. I'm not sure. But I feel like I don't have the floss or anything yet, but I feel like it will pop really good on this. And then, so, I told you we bought that, we got the little card for the one that I stitched. And it is from, this is the bigger version. This is just the floss card that's in there. I didn't pull the whole thing out, but look how pretty that is. This is the flower that she pulled out of it. So, did I buy the floss? Yes, I did. Now, she had the MPI silk pack right there in front of me, and it was, oh, it was so tempting. So tempting. But I have got to simmer down. Just a smidge, not a lot, but just a smidge. I got to simmer down. Which, this was a special trip. I just can't go to Sassy Jack's on a random day anytime I want to. You know, it has to be a planned trip. So, we took the silk pack into her floss room and kind of pulled some version of it. So I picked to stitch this on Fiber on a Whim Cypress, which I think that she had, of course, the original hanging on the wall. I think this is very similar to how it looked on the wall. I mean, that's so pretty. So pretty. So this will be a start at some point. Now it does have the bottom of these baskets. The baskets here and right here. This is satin stitch in the middle. And I've talked before, my satin stitch is not good. So I don't know if I'll do satin stitch or just fill that in with crosses. We'll see. But I got that. I got most of the DMC for it. She did have, am I right? Did she have a DMC conversion? Hold on. She did have a DMC conversion, but I tweaked it just a little bit, if I remember right. Because I was a little all over the place. Also there, I bought a Tender Father. Oh my gosh. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Look at those flowers. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Love the Lord, and he will be a tender father unto thee. I mean, it has everything. The border is very simple. The house is not super ginormous. It has this cool bird, has these cool flowers, has the wording that I love. Oh, here's the original. Oh my goodness, I just want to start everything. Okay, but wait, there's more. Just, oh, it's just quick. I bought this Floss Keeper. Love this. Love it. Love it. Love it. First thing I picked up when I walked in. It was hanging right there. I love it. It says, "Come, thou fount of every blessing. Oh, the deep, deep love of Jesus. In the garden, amazing grace. To God be the glory. Be thou my vision. Great is thy faithfulness. A mighty fortress is our God. It is well with my soul." Love that song. Blessed assurance, the old rugged cross, rock of ages. Abide with me when I survey the wondrous cross. Oh. Here's the perforated paper that I bought. It is, what count? 18 count. So I was like, I'm gonna do the angel little. And then I got looking at it, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it little. I never really wanted to do perforated paper until I wanted to. So here we are. I got these. Krista had seen these. Let me pull these out. This is Thread Milk Designs. They're all patriotic. Let me me show you my absolute favorite. Which of course I will not be able to find. I don't know if I can flip through them. Are they not great? Oh, look at that one. Love that. Just genius. Genius. Oh. Love them. Love them. Love them. Krista bought me this. I need all the animal crackers. Because I do. I bought these two little, I'm sorry for the crinkly. I bought these two little wooden floss winders. The rabbit, heartstring samplers, and the flower. Because they're just so cute. Oh. Yes, I did have a problem with willpower while I was there. I did. It's okay. It is okay. Let's invoice for something else. I have wanted this forever. And there it was right in front of me, and I had to get it before it disintegrated. J.C. Nash. Pretty and pink pinky. Beautiful. See a pattern here with the viney things? I'm really loving that. Really loving it. Okay, so this next thing, y'all. So after we went to the shop, we went and ate lunch, and we took our stuff in because you have to. Can't leave it in the car by itself. So we took our stuff in to, you know, peruse through after, you know, we ate. I was sitting there at the table, and so there was this chart that I kept. Well, first, let me tell you, first, I bought this because it's gorgeous. We all know this. Jane Summers' work, 1831. Shakespeare's Peddler. I do love Shakespeare's Peddler. There's not really a designer. Well, I shouldn't say that. There are designers I don't like, but I love her. So I bought this because it's gorgeous. And then as I was flitting around the store, all over the place, touching everything before it, you know, went away, I kept picking up this one particular chart. There was one, she has these like pull out drawer type things that have patterns and stuff in it. I pulled it out and it was there, and then I saw a copy in a basket, and then I saw one back in the linen room, and I was like, you know, it's just meant to be. I just need this chart. Now, she has an unbelievable variety of charts. There are, I can't even imagine how many different charts she has in the shop. But I was like, I keep seeing this and I keep liking it, so I must have it. So I bought this one, Through the Windows by Shakespeare's Peddler. Do you see anything similar? Possibly. Do you? So out of all the however many patterns in the shop, and I bet you this is just an excerpt from this. This is just the bottom over here. But apparently I really like this house. So should I get one of these started? Absolutely. Now I do like it on this color. And the band above it is filled in where this one is not. But so I had quite the chuckle over that. I was like, well, apparently I really liked it. I really, really liked it. So I don't know, y'all. I'm broken. But anyway, it was a great time. So, again, I just tell you, anytime you get a chance to be with some stitchy people, you need to do it. Whether it's, you can do it in person, whether it's a Zoom, just, you know, interact on Instagram, you know, just there are like-minded people out there for your craft. There are, whatever it is, whether it's crochet, knitting, tatting, cross stitch, quilting, knitting, crochet, whatever it is, those people are out there. So again, I'm so appreciative and thankful of all my crafty buddy friends, and I love you all dearly, and I just wish you all could have been there on that trip with us, but I hope to see you all soon in a Zoom. I'm going to move to quilting now, and I know that that's not everybody's thing, so I'm 99% sure I have showed you all the stitching that I intended on showing you. There will be like 10 minutes of quilting if you want to hang out. If you don't, I'll never know. It's fine. I do plan to be back in a couple weeks with an update and just kind of let you know where I am with stuff. If you have any questions, just reach out to me, leave a message, send me a message, DM me, whatever. I'm there. Anyway, so quilting. So my friend Celeste had told me about a website that is dangerous. And I went instantly on there and was looking at some stuff. And I was like, oh, shit, this website, they have awesome quilt kits. I mean, awesome. And I was like, Laura, you do not need an entire quilt kit. You have a room full of quilt kits and fabric, and you do not need to buy anything. And then I saw this little tab down the side that said mini quilts. What? I love a mini quilt. So I clicked on it and I ordered a pattern. Now this is From My Heart to Your Hands. It's Lori Smith. This is the pattern I got. It's Quilt Squares number 4. So I got it for 2 reasons. I want to try some. I'm doing some applique on another quilt, but I'm struggling a little bit. So I wanted a little bit something simpler to do some practice. So this has a applique in it. You can't go wrong with these stars. And this, I do have several versions of this, but Katie was so tattered, had a quilt she was working on at the retreat that was similar to this, and so this one just caught my eye. It had multiple things that I love, caught my eye, so I ordered it. And she put the nicest little note on the receipt, and I will definitely order more stuff from her. But you should go look her up. If you go back and watch, maybe a couple videos ago, Celeste showed some of the squares that she was working on for this quilt she's doing, and it is gorgeous. It is so, so gorgeous. So gorgeous. I have done a couple blocks. I did another one of my Socialites 2 blocks. It's ridiculous that this quilt isn't done yet, but this block took me like 4 nights. That's a lot. There's a lot of little pieces in there. A lot of little pieces. But I'm glad to have that done. I've done 2 blocks. I don't know if I showed you this last time. I've done 2 blocks from the Blockhead 6. This was the first one I did. You may have seen that one. And then I also got this one done. I'm still, I don't know, 4 blocks behind at this point. I'm not sure. And then I bought some of this fabric to do some bags. A friend of mine was like, do you have this fabric? And I was like, no, but I need it. So I got to get working on some bags for us with that. I got another month of my Simple Whatnots. I love this one. Look at those stars. It is so pretty. Oh, it's so pretty. And I love the border. I need to have like a year of just Kim Deal quilts. I couldn't stick to it, but in theory, it'd be a great idea. I got my American Patchwork and Quilting. I love that quilt on the front. Not the colors, but I love that quilt. And it came, I think this came with it, Scrappy Quilts. I have this pattern in probably like multiple different things, but this has some really good little simple versions of stuff in here. This one's really cute. Oh, this is cute. I like that one. So those are fun. And then the last quilt thing I bought was this book, The Book of Civil War Quilts. Katie has talked about this a couple times, and I went ahead and bought it. I love these books. I have the, what is it? I have the pre-cut version that was put out by Martingale. I have the, I think I have a small quilt that was put out of these, but these are, if you can get your hands on one of these that Martingale had put out, they are really, really good. So I sent Katie a message and I was like, hey, I got it. And she was like, let me know, you know, if there's something you want to do. You know, I might be something I want to do too. Look at all the stuff I have bookmarked. Because they're so pretty. And this is just after the first look through of it. So I'll just show you a couple. Oh, that's pretty. Pretty. Oh. That's not even one I have bookmarked, but I do love it. It's pretty. I can't even get to my pages. I've always wanted to do one of these. Oh. One day. This one, I mean, you just can't go wrong. Again, blue and cheddar. So pretty. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm almost done. It's the last thing I have to show you anyway. It's just right at an hour. So pretty. Oh. I do love a basket block. But it's not the traditional, you know what I mean? Doesn't have the, I like the ones that have the curved basket piece also, but I just thought that was a good rendition of it. Oops. Probably could have marked these a little bit better. Those little papers not cooperating. I thought this was really pretty. It's just simple. Simple but pretty. You know, sometimes simple is prettier than complicated. And as I say that, this is probably my favorite so far. Look at that. Ooh, it's so pretty. So pretty. So, I don't know. Again, not enough hours in the day for everything I want to do. But, you know, it is what it is. So, I'm going to jump off here. I probably should go see about getting some chores done, get a little laundry done. I need to run to the store and get stuff for dinner, and then I'm going to try to settle in and stitch a little bit before dinner. And then we'll just see what goes from there. So I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I appreciate you coming and spending a little bit of time with me. And I'll see you in a couple weeks. And until then, I hope you get lots of stitching, lots of quilting done. Bye, guys.